Right, and it gives me great pleasure to introduce episode 114's Isthmian League Fan Roundtable. I've got the wonderful John from Canvey, Terry from Margate, the director, Stan LAHOOD from Lewes, and of course the wonderful returning John Wills, the Hastings United cameraman. He gets all the abuse on camera and goals and lots of fun as well. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Oh yeah, and happy New Year and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Happy New Year, all.
Yeah, exactly. So it's been it's been a mixed bag for all of us. I don't want to really go to Stan from Lewes straight away because he's been quite annoying with the old DMs talking about Lewes being a massive club and all this, but we're going to get into that.
Always.
Yeah, we'll get into that a bit later. But shall we start? Let's talk Canvey.
To be fair, on Church, despite the result, not actually that bad performance. It was a lot better from us. And considering we're down to bare bones player-wise at the moment, we give them a game. I think that's what I was most pleased with, really. I think everyone sort of knows Church at the moment playing there has got a bit of a free hit as far as form goes because they're just such a good team at the minute with obviously the squad they got there. But to be fair, first 45 minutes, not a lot between us. Second half, obviously, they changed it up a bit, brought a bit more firepower in, and got the result. But didn't walk away from it too dissatisfied, to be fair. So I thought, okay, that's something taken to the next couple. And yeah, that took us down to Bognor just before the new year. And to be fair, very good game between the two of us. We scored a really good goal early in the second half, defended really well as well. But yeah, I mean, again, they just had a little bit of quality they could bring off the bench. And I think that boy who scored that, I don't know, he's probably butchered the pronunciation of his name, that Isaac Oliayan. He's
good attempt, mate. Better than mine.
Yeah, the attempt was there. But no, to be fair, he's a good little player and he got a couple of goals against us earlier in the season. So I saw as soon as he's coming on, I'm thinking, I bet he's going to have a say in this. And he did. But yeah, no, to be fair, again, come away from that, not the worst result. I think, right, okay, that'll take us into New Year's Day now. And it's obviously the one.
Here it comes.
One game we definitely did not want to lose, which was Concord at home. I mean, obviously, you played them that same day we were playing Bognor. I was messaging you on the coach back. We had a little cheer when you put that late equaliser in against them. We were thinking, come on, I hope they knock some wind out themselves. So, but that again it was quite an even game, really. I mean, they made it hard for us, second half especially, because, we got our nose in front just before the half. Obviously, see the big man, Sam Higgins, now getting the goals, which is what we want to see. And but second half, we had to completely sort of reshape everything we were doing. One of our strikers, he picked up some sort of knock, whether it was just fatigue from playing 48 hours. And our captain did as well. So it was a complete sort of reshuffle. So, yeah, we was hanging on for a little bit at the end. Goalkeeper did well, a couple of good saves. But, yeah, we needed that win. It was, crucial, really. The form we'd been in, just get something. And, do double over them. Lovely feeling, mate, say into the new year.
Yeah, no.
And, we've got to go from there now. Very, very busy month ahead. I think we've got with the Concord game included, about 9 games this month. So it's mental.
No, it's a mad old schedule. I mean, that was a great... looking back to the Hornchurch game, when you can bring someone like Femi, who's quite happy to sit on the bench, a very dangerous striker, it just shows you, doesn't it? You know, most other teams probably couldn't even afford to have him there, you know what I mean?
That's it, exactly. I mean, you see the way they were set up, obviously very sort of professional in how they did things and went about things. I mean, we defended well the first half, we kept them at bay, but as far as sort of trying to actually have a stab at getting something off them goes, they were set up really well. And we had a few chances, ironically, in the second half, but obviously that, I suppose, maybe took our half of the ball at the back a little bit and that allowed them in. But yeah, you can see where they're sort of going hell for leather now for the league.
Did you, John, can I ask, what did Tyler Moore play like for Hornchurch?
I'm not sure if he was playing. I'm going to check.
Might not be playing, but then the story for us, even though he's in the starting 11, he never played.
Yeah, I must admit, mate, I can't recall with
Yeah, he was made.
No, he was on the bench, unused sub. You see, that's it.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
I didn't think my memory deserted me that much.
Well, it's a thing that us Hastings fans have got about Tyler, and basically Tyler Christian Law is going to leave our club and lift the title. He will do. I thought that he could be that little sort of sort of counter agent in their team to bring their levels down, but clearly, other than a little draw here or there, it was a draw against your lot, wasn't it, Stan?
Sorry.
Didn't you draw against Hornchurch, didn't you?
Yes, recently, yes.
Yeah. So it was against them, but no, great run of little results there. So who have you got on Saturday, John?
We've got Haringey away on Saturday, so again, that's another big game for us, really. One we're going to want to take points from if we can. And then obviously, Lewes on Tuesday, so they come thick and fast.
Is that at Lewes or at your place?
No, that's our place. I think it's got postponed twice now. It's seen the postponement roulette continues with us trying to play Lewes like last season, trying to get down to their way. But it was about sort of 3 or 4 times we reorganised it. We've just never seen them play each other unless it's about twice within the space of 3 weeks. So
I can't think of anywhere better to be than Canvey on a Tuesday night, eh?
That's it. Cold January night. Stuff dreams are made of. I don't think those dreams give you any sleep, but there you go.
All right, well, let's move on to Stan. Stan, hello, mate. So you were very successful. Please, just quickly before we start talking about Lewes, you obviously become a director. Can you explain the position and anything you want to say about it?
Yeah, so there was a vote that happened for Lewes owners. I put myself forward and I was up against 12 other candidates, and there was 7 spots, and we did a hustings and got asked
Speeches?
Yeah, I
Okay.
did an address.
You wore a
then
dress
asked-
or you did an address?
Address, like I
Okay,
did,
just
like, a
checking.
couple
I've seen what
minutes.
you were willing to do for the voters. That's all, you know.
Yeah. And then answered 3 questions that we didn't get to see beforehand. So it's all very much on the spot. So it was
Okay.
really fun and exciting. And also all the candidates are all really exciting, like people to go up against. So it was definitely something really big for me. And I was still very delighted to get the role. I mean, yeah, it still amazes me, to be honest. But yeah, I mean,
Vote for?
only got it in sorry.
Who did you vote for?
I voted for 6 other people. So we had a vote of like 7 people. I don't know if I want to disclose who I voted for, but they're all great candidates on it.
Well, you're sounding like a
I think
politician now,
everybody-
Stan. I love this, mate. Everyone's a great candidate, yeah?
No, they really were.
Oh, were they? All right.
It was all like the candidates all had like a great different range of skills. So yeah,
All
so
big,
it's
all
just-
Lewes fans, all Lewes, proper Lewes through and through, yeah? Yeah,
everyone
good.
everyone had a connection to Lewes, and everyone had, as I said, different skills on offer to bring to the club. So some people would be more based on the finances on stuff, and then like me, for example, my experience is just about fan engagement and stuff like that. So very happy with the sort of board of people that I'm been put with. Very excited to get to know them as well. Because I feel I'm very young, so I still feel all very new to it. But yeah, looking forward to it and seeing what I can do.
So in terms of being a director, what does it actually mean in reality? What sort of, I would not power, but like what sort of things can you vote on? Like what sort of stuff is it about? Financial stuff, or is it playing stuff, or is it decisions to do with the ground or whatever? What is it?
Along probably all of those things combined.
Okay.
The whole bunch of various different things really that we take a look at. There'll be like certain areas that I'll be focusing more on, such as fan and community engagement, stuff that I'll be looking at ways and how to attract fans to the Drip and Pan. And other stuff along those lines. Also, talking to fans at the Drip and Pan to make sure that their concerns are heard and stuff like that. And also dealing hopefully a bit more on the football side of things as well, because I really like to see what I can do to help the club on that side, because I really want to do my bit on helping out with the team and the in that light of things. So it'll be bit of a process now and seeing what my roles will be essentially in the future.
Okay.
It's all very exciting and still getting to grips with it at the moment, basically. So I can't really like fully say what my roles are yet because we're still in the
Sort of fleshing
process.
it out and all that, yeah.
Yeah, it's all very intricate. But yeah,
You do come across as intricate, Stan. I have to say, and I noticed you've had an haircut, so that was obviously for the director's
oh,
position before you got it. Yeah,
tell you
very
what,
good.
I haven't had a haircut. It's
Have you
because my
not?
hair's too long, so I've put it like this now.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, I still miss my fringe, but I've had to put it behind my ears. Well, thanks for taking notice. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Well, who missed that lovely hair? Well, I'm going all grey anyway. Well, let's talk about your
Hey.
football. Since the last episode, so we spoke a while ago when you were talking about how massive Lewes were, and then you did lose a couple, but which you forgot because you only remember when you started winning. But so you've had a good old crimbo. You smashed Whitehawk. Well, I won't say you smashed Whitehawk. You got out of there with a 2-1. Did you go to that one?
I did, yeah. It was, yeah.
Yeah.
That was, yeah, a really good game. It was great so last year we were at Hastings Boxing Day, and this year Whitehawk, and it's great to have these Sussex derbies on bank holidays because it always attracts a bigger crowd. And
Yeah.
so this is the first. Oh, we were at Whitehawk for the FA Trophy a month before. I just remembered, but yeah. So this was a big game, and I think first half we got to 0-0, and it was. I think we did come out of the half stronger. So it was quite positive going into the second half, and then we got two big goals. Everyone went crazy behind the goal, so it was lots of fun. And then there was Whitehawk scored a very odd goal, and I wasn't even looking. And then all of a sudden I look up and it's 2-1. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah,
And
we've all been there. We've all been there for
yeah,
that.
yeah. So when you're looking around and then all like not paying attention for a few seconds, and then all of a sudden you conceded, and then the rest of the game was sitting back and just dealing with Whitehawk, and we
Did you
held
miss
on.
their sending off? Because Whitehawk had a man sent off. Was that late or was that?
That was after full time.
Oh, okay.
And
Why?
again, I have no idea what was going on there. But I saw the red card. There's just a lot of scuffles going on.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I was whilst it was going on, I kept hoping that it was all just going to end and then we couldn't celebrate. But it quite quickly did. So then all the players came over and lots of full-time celebrations, which is always good to see. And yeah, and then we went on to Hornchurch,
Mm.
and that was another good point. I didn't go to that game, unfortunately. And then
Tyler
yeah,
Christian Law was in that game, just so you know, John from Hastings.
Oh, was he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just so you know, he was in that
Yeah.
team. So
I,
he did his work there.
I like to know because I never saw him play at Hastings, even though
Even though he was a captain, yeah, it was amazing.
I think Hornchurch have only dropped 4 points all season. I could be wrong there. It might be a bit more now. So yeah, that was a good result. And then that set us up into Bognor at home New Year's Day. Another big atmosphere. Bognor always bring a big away support to the gym pan, and they always create, a lot of noise. Which is I always love it when there's big support at the gym pan because quite like to try and match it, and there's a lot of noise going around. So, and that was another tight game, and then we got goal from an indirect free kick. Jake Elliott once again.
Superb player.
Yeah, he's really one of my favorites, and
You stole him from Hastings.
yes, no, he's playing at centre back now for us,
Yeah.
and he's been a very consistent player all season, and yeah, I'm really impressed by him. I could see why Hastings would be missing him because yeah, he top player. So yeah, he scored a goal, and then big celebrations again. And then yeah, full time, good place. And then we're up to Cray away this weekend, and that's one of my favourite away days, as they're at Bromley's ground. It's the last year, by the way, that they are at Bromley's ground, because they've got their new grounds.
I was going to ask that actually, because obviously we played them. I was going to ask John because I didn't make the Cray game. about that. So yeah, so their ground's finished and ready to go for next season. Yeah.
I don't think it's finished. I've seen lots of photos and videos of it in preparation. I think the players might have even been there recently.
They're training on it at the
Training,
moment, aren't they?
Oh,
Yeah.
are they? Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So I hope this is just predicting that hopefully it's ready for next season. I'm sure they're quite keen to go there. So yeah, I'm gonna enjoy the last time being there, because I think it was one of the first away days I went to of Lewes, and being in that big stand behind the goal, it's quite something when everybody's singing and chanting. So yeah.
Get a good echo through there as well, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. So it should be quite fun. We've got 4 away games out of our next 5 as well, so it's going to be a lot of travelling. As John said, we've got Canvey away on a Tuesday, Wednesday night, which I'm going to try and go to. So I'll say hello if I see you, John. And yeah, I've got to check the train times, but that is definitely one I want to try on a midweek night. And then
Unfortunately, I won't see you at that one myself. I'm at a bit of a regret, a bit of funeral in the West Country. So as much as I'd like to have made that one, I think by the time I'm back, it's going to be a bit of a mission. But yeah, there'll still be plenty of us there. So yeah, should make for a little atmosphere if you bring a few boys up again.
yeah, last season they had a great away day there. It was the last game of the season, wasn't it? And
It was, yeah. Nice
Raz
little Sunday,
de
I think it was-
Graaf hat trick.
I see he just got released by Mason today, didn't he, as well? I must admit, he was
Yes.
one of the better players we faced last year. Real talent he is.
He is a great talent. Very nice guy as well. And yeah, that was like probably one of his best performances in that game. And I also remember about that game, it was absolutely boiling as well.
It was baking. We were like
Scorching
down
that day.
in sheds on the side, and yeah, it was roasting in there. But I think we were trying a party at that point, so it was just yeah. I think by the time we come out, everyone was just dripping with sweat. But
Yeah.
it was a good day. Yeah, I think by that point, obviously, yeah, we'd done what we had to do in the season. So, but yeah, as you say, good performance from him. It was a good performance from Lewis on the day, to be fair.
Yeah. Hopefully we can see the same. That'd be nice.
Yeah, so well, I mean, we don't know what side we're going to come up against at the minute, so but hopefully we'll give you a good game.
Yeah, you need to give him a good game because he's getting a bit trappy, John. He's getting a bit trappy. All this biggest club in Sussex. Well, we'll see when it comes to the end of the season. You know.
When is the away day to Hastings? Do you know by any chance?
I
I can quickly look myself.
Yeah, go on, have a look.
10th of February.
Yeah, that could be. But it's just weather dependent, isn't it?
True.
It's really annoying. Is that a Saturday?
That is a Saturday.
Oh, good. Okay, because I was saying if it's a Tuesday, that could be proper naff for you. But
yeah.
No, Saturday. Hopefully, we've got no rain. Then maybe we can meet up for a few beers beforehand or something.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that'd be
obviously half time, full time, we can cry on each other's shoulders or.
Yeah, no, it'd be good to be back in Hastings and hopefully be able to spend a bit longer there. Last time because of the trains, it was meant getting lifts, so it was all quite a bit tight for time. So hopefully it can be a bit more. We can get there a bit earlier now. So yeah.
Cool. Right, and we need to move on to Margate. I'm sorry, Terry. To be honest though, like I'm just looking at your record. I mean, all right, two draws and a defeat. Okay, Cray no mugs. They got points off most people. I mean, Kingstonian
We
at
were
home.
holding our own, to be fair. We hadn't conceded, which was our usual. We were into like the added time, and then of course it got abandoned. So
Yeah,
it's like but we were actually doing quite well with that game. I thought we was doing all right.
but firstly, that Kingstonian game. Now you were winning that, weren't you? Were you winning that? Yeah. And then was it last few minutes?
Yeah.
Oh dear, go on, talk to me about
I think
it,
it was
Terry.
96th again.
Oh no, really,
Which is why,
96?
yeah. So that's why with the Cray game, it was like, yes, we're actually holding on. We're coming all right. Game had to be abandoned because one of their striker collided with our keeper, and as he came down, he hit his head on the upright.
Oh,
Yeah, so it was a bit nasty. Of course, because I'm part of the medical team, it's like, oh crap, Yeah, they were talking about air ambulance for him at one point. So
Oh, blimey. How is he now? Because I've not seen anything.
he's fine. Yeah, it was not only a concussion, but yeah, we were worried about it being a spinal injury because he was having trouble breathing and he was in and out of consciousness. So yeah, it was a little bit fraught, but yeah, because they were like, oh yeah, players have gone off. We'll replay it in 20 minutes, get the last 2 minutes done, and then it was like, nah, we're abandoning this because he was in a bad way. Yeah. But I'll say he's all right. It was a concussion, so they let him out the next day, I think.
Okay. I mean, anything you want? I mean, Rob was going to come on and talk about the Folkestone game because obviously Rob bumped into you.
Yeah, he was sweet. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the
and Dave, another
penalty.
An ex-Hastings boy got a couple against you.
Yes, I know. He used to play for us as well.
Oh, did he? Was he at Margate, Dave Smith?
Yeah, very, very briefly, but yeah, he was with us for about 3 months or something. But yeah, he was. He got the penalty. He spent more of his time on the floor than he did anywhere else. Just kept throwing himself on the floor. And we're like, come on. Yeah, soft penalty, and then it just sort of when they scored again, we just can't get it in the net. There's a force field over the bloody net. We've had chances. We're getting better. We're actually getting better with the chances. They're just not going in. I was
going to say, has Mark changed a lot since he's come in?
The formation's altered slightly because obviously with Harrison going to Dulwich, he's had to bring in Ellis and I want to say Anderson, but it might be something else. And he's got the same sort of potential, but he's not quite as rapid as Harrison. So I think he's trying to play wing backs now rather than 5 at the back. So he's trying to push. Alfie's coming forward. Archie's coming forward a bit more now. But he used to do that anyway. But yeah, he's actually like the formations changed slightly. So maybe that's why we're getting a little bit more chances in the box, but we just can't get it in the net.
You've got a big old game. You've got Whitehawk away, haven't you, Saturday?
Yeah.
Well, they haven't got Dicko anymore. We took Dicko away, so
yeah. Well,
never know.
We need to make sure that we can play uphill in the first half and downhill in the second half.
Yeah, he did mention that actually. I was listening to the Folkestone manager talk on YouTube, and he was saying that about the fitness of your team. He mentioned it. He said the same earlier in the season. I mean, it's a bit.
Yeah, I don't know, but I mean, I was talking to Ben after the game, and we was discussing the fact that we need to get the toss so that we can do it that way. Otherwise, we've got a bit of a problem.
I was speaking to some Yeovil fans a couple of weeks ago, and they used to have a sloping pitch.
Oh, the Hirsch, wasn't it?
There was 8-foot difference from one side to the other.
We used to have the same at our place before we got the 3G, and it all got levelled off. I mean,
I thought you just got a team that had one leg shorter than the other.
No,
they were fine.
No, Chris, you've been to Margate, haven't you?
Of course I have.
Yeah, so you know how where the concrete goes up to the pitch, you can see how the slope works. Because at one end it's like ground level, and then at the other side towards the turnstiles, there's like a 4-foot drop, and then the other end is exactly the same. It's so where we're on a hill.
But that's to get rid of the rain. That's to get rid of the rain, though, isn't it? That's the.
No. But it's because we were on a hill. We used to lose players down the bottom end, but where the old away turns.
Don't make me laugh.
Honestly, you used to lose.
Where's he gone?
Them. Yeah, literally, you couldn't see the top of the corner flag. But that's more a crikey 1990 something. We had it levelled up a bit more, and then when the 3G got put in, it was completely levelled. So yeah, but yeah, we're not used to up and down hills.
I've been to Yeovil's ground though. They're not there anymore, are they? They're not at the was it the Hirsch? I can't remember what it was called.
They went up the championship and then came down, and they were playing Eastbourne a couple of weeks ago. So it's been quite 10 years for them.
Who, what, Yeovil?
Yeovil,
yeah. But they don't play on that ground anymore, do they? Because I remember going to watch QPR there in the 80s.
They got a posh ground now.
3-0. Mark Falco got 2. Used to be, that's true.
Years ago.
No, ridiculous.
Yeah.
Well, hang on. Let's start talking about Hastings now. We've got the wonderful John Wills here. Firstly, John, let us talk about Folkestone 0, Hastings 5. A lovely hat trick from David.
Folkestone lad isn't on.
Pardon? He isn't. No, he's. I won't say why he's not on, but for the purposes of this, he's scared. He's scared of coming on. It isn't any other reasons. That really, he has got other reasons. But
Well,
yeah, so you were there, John, because I couldn't be there Boxing Day. Obviously, Kieran Moyes got a goal, and old Tommy Fagg opened his account for Hastings. What do you want to talk about? You want to talk about the David hat trick? What do you want to talk about, mate?
yeah, Bag was smoking all through the game.
Yeah, no, I love it. The return of the wheels.
I mean, we had 3 games this holiday. Yeah, we had New Year's Day at Cray, all away, and we had that Folkestone on Boxing Day, and then in between that we had Sewage Day at Concord.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I warned you about that, didn't I, Grace?
Oh, no, mate.
It's not exactly attractive, is it?
I didn't start the Concord, Chris, or am I disobeying your order?
What orders? Well, I wouldn't mind you talking about Folkestone where we won 5-0. That's the only time we've won, mate. So, let's talk about Folkestone first.
Okay, Folkestone, unbelievable.
A wonderful Radari hat trick.
I mean, because our fortunes have changed. I think since having Chris Agata back, suddenly we seem to have got a stability. We're hard to beat again, and there seems to be some coaching behind it, some order that he's restored, and I think he's gradually building the jigsaw. He's getting the players he wants. He's not rushing to do it, but he's got a solid squad there, and I think it just all came together in that Folkestone game where we seemed unstoppable, and of course Radari with his hat trick that was but although that seems like he's a man of the match and that's that, I think it was such a solid team performance all over the pitch. They were match-winning performances. So yeah, it was quite a height to get to, wasn't it?
Well, the one highlight I saw was John Ufer, who we know John Ufer is the winger. We were 1-0 up. They were through. He made an absolute last-ditch tackle to stop them scoring when we were 1-0 up. Could have been a different game. And it's just that that man has got an engine on him, as well as being a very good player. So from the highlights I saw, John, that the Folkestone did have a few chances, but Rob did say to me that they were well beaten. Like it was done.
What you say 5-0 at home? Losing, it was comprehensive, and it was a kind of systematic dipping of them. But yeah, it was good to see. And 2 draws either side of that, wasn't there? Do you want me to move on to the?
Well, yeah, we can move on to that. Is that all right, John? Yeah. So we're playing Concord, the smelliest place I've ever been to.
Yes.
Funnily enough, there's a haven near there, isn't there, John? The other John.
It's a big. It basically was a big holiday site called Thorney Bay. It's now being re-renovated to be a bit more slightly upmarket with mobile homes on it, where it still doesn't stop the smell coming off the gasworks. So right. The armpit of Canvey, it quite literally is.
I stayed there about 6 years ago. If it was, it must be that place. Yeah, we cheap holiday when my 7-year-old was born, and we went for 3 days. Like obviously caravan, and we lasted a day, and then we went home. It was that bad. It was just grim. But anyway, let's move on to Concord, the football match. Sorry, first of all, you can't resist the smell. The smell was all. I mean, we all know the smell, so I don't need to talk about the smell anymore. But I wouldn't want to be there on a hot summer. Oh my God, it was ridiculous. We should have lost the game. Like we started brightly.
I think it's that thing. You come off the back of that 5-0 away to Folkestone, and as fans, you're kind of expecting bottom of the table team, and yet they put up a good fighting performance. You look to that and you think they shouldn't be bottom. I think once we'd got in at half time, I think we 3-1 down at half time. I can't quite remember. I'm
not sure if it was 2-0 or we should have been winning that game. And we were really sloppy, really, when it's one of those games where you're like, how is he? Like, you can see it happening. You could see, he's not read that properly. He's flicked that one on. We scored a ridiculous own goal. People were missing tackles. It was.
Yes.
And they were very clinical. They were like, whereas we've got away with it, those sort of games, we've all been there where it's like, we've got away with it there or here or there, and then we win 2-3-0. We weren't allowed to.
Really, Chris, I mean, they did really well to get the match on because, I don't
smell, yeah.
train very well. And somehow they got the match on. It was very stodgy, but at least the match was on, and they played with a lot of determination. And I think after half time, once our lungs had adjusted to the pollution and we'd had a bit of oxygen in the change room, we seemed to come out. And I think it was 10 minutes to go. We were 3-1 down.
Yeah, Dicko came on, returning Jack Dixon.
Yeah, returning. I think it was just a determination to get something out of the game at that stage. And I think we came back to 3-3, which was amazing, really, when you consider where we were. And I think Rodari even had a chance to make it 4-3 at the end.
That would have been nice.
It would have been good.
That would have been nice.
Yeah.
Well, a big shout to David Rodari's dad. Now, David Rodari is Italian, for anyone. It don't sound Italian, does it, that name? But his dad was there, doesn't speak a word of English. And I've never seen so many swear words in Italian directed at opposition players in all my life. He was magnificent. He had that wonderful sort of, that sort of Ginola hair that the Italians have, that sort of wonderful mane on him. Like, even when we spoke to him afterwards, wasn't it, John? He doesn't speak any English to us. He probably does speak English. He just couldn't be asked to. It was just one. Yeah. Give the goalie all sorts of stick when we went 3-3. It was wonderful. Just sorry, I just thought I'd mention that.
And he was there again at Cray, wasn't he?
Was he? I don't know. I wasn't there.
Similar vocal support. Yeah. So
in
Cray,
English or Italian?
In Italian, but I had a chat afterwards, and whether he understood any of it, I don't. But yeah, it was good to see him there. The Cray, it was 0-0, and what can you say about it, really? It was a determined performance. You can't sort of say there was a lack of effort there. We had a better first half. We seemed to control and dominate, and it was a bit scrappy all round, both sides in the second half. Well,
the other side was playing with 14 players, wasn't they?
Yeah, there was a foul on
slightly dodgy ref
on Dixon in the first half, and everyone in the ground could see it was a penalty apart from the three officials there. And this ref, I don't know.
We've had some history with this ref. Have we had him 4 times this season? 3-4 times?
Yeah.
And hasn't given us anything. At least like, now I know we're biased. I know you're all sitting there thinking, at least one straight red. They should have had at least one. Definitely one. There's maybe 2, but maybe definitely one. And the penalty, you see it kicks his leg away, and it's, then there's the other one, the other dodgy ones where they're kind of running into the box and they leap up in the air, and you could think, well, is that a foul or not? Maybe not. But definitely 100% defo penalty. So there's a conspiracy against Hastings to be the top Sussex club at this moment in time, Stan. So I don't know what you're pulling as a director. Anyway, go on. Sorry, John.
Yeah, when you look at it, although Cray have a lowly position, and I think when we went into that game, they were second in the form table. So their form of late has been really good. So all in all, to come away from 3 holiday fixtures all away from home and not lose, I think that's a successful run there. Obviously the Folkestone one being the pick of the bunch. But yeah, it's good, and we've got a good away cup day.
We've got another away day before then, John. We've got Cheshunt on Saturday, and then another away day, Eastbourne Borough, when we're in the Sussex Cup quarterfinals. When we're going to have literally no one fit, which is just such an annoying time to get it, but such is life. Go on, John, please.
At our level, because the funds don't come down the pyramid as they should, to have all these away games and nothing to pay the bills, it's a tough time, so it'd be good to get back to a couple of home games, won't it?
Well, yeah, I mean, what is this, 6 aways in a row, or is it 7?
I don't know, it's something like that, yeah.
And particularly, fans at Hastings, we ain't got no money. Well, we ain't got no money now. We've got no money now after all that. But like it, and particularly like obviously even like the Folkestone game, a lot of people couldn't get to it because of the travel, like in terms of the trains and everything. And which is a bit of a bugger, but hopefully 3 points against Cheshunt, eh, John?
Yeah, hope so. Yeah, we certainly, if we can, we've got a good squad of players now, and are difficult to beat. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. But especially that local derby away to Eastbourne Borough, that will be very interesting. This club that now fully professional, aren't they? And I can't
Just
remember.
lost their manager as well.
Yes, hopefully not on coach now, but yeah, I think it'd be an interesting match, and I'm sure there'll be a good few hundred fans go over from Hastings. Relatively short journey compared to what we've been having. Yeah,
wasn't Eastbourne Borough, weren't the manager? Then they sacked their manager and said we're getting in a statistic based. Wasn't it? Can you remember this statistic based way of getting players in and running the club and all this?
I think I remember hearing about this actually.
Yeah,
it didn't work out well, did it?
and obviously it's gone tits up. So I can't say I'm not amused by that, I must say, but equally we're not going to have much of a team when we get there. Like this run of games, I wish it would kind of come earlier, but they ain't going to get the best of us. But you never know.
Well, no, I mean I think we give them a good game. I saw Eastbourne Yeovil a few weeks ago, as I said, and you know, on our day, we'd give either of those teams a good game.
Yeah. No, it's nice to be in the Sussex Cup, isn't it, Stan?
Yeah, I was going to actually talk about the Phoenix Trophy.
Yeah, no, please. Yeah, go on.
I think, last time I was on, it was before Belgium.
Yeah. Did you go to Belgium?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, with 6 of my mates.
Nice one.
Stayed in an Airbnb and then moved on to Bruges after. I hadn't seen In Bruges either, so I watched the film over Christmas. So
I was going to say, you've never seen that film. Great film, that one.
No, I know everyone has. A lot of people I know have had the same reaction, but I hadn't seen it. I don't know why.
You always got to watch out for midgets in Bruges, mate. That's it. Just watch out for the midgets.
There's a lot of like, how do I say it? Not one-liners, but that was the sort of vibe I got from that film, as the lines from it were quite memorable.
Yeah, a lot of memes come out of that film.
Yeah. But yeah, like onto the football. We were away to Beveren, which was near Antwerp, and I think we brought over 100 Lewes fans.
It's not bad for that.
Yeah, it was really good. Lots of rain. We ended up having to use. I've got 2 8 by 5 foot flags that were given to me by Ed Briggs very kindly to use at games, and we used them above our heads as rain cover because it was.
Yeah, you're not daft.
Genuinely probably the worst rain I've ever experienced at a game. I've never been so soaked in my life. So yeah, it was great.
What was the score?
We won 3-1, I believe. As I think for a sec, because I can't really remember it too well. I think, yeah. But,
what was it? Is it you'd partaken in that Belgian beer too much?
Quite possibly.
Yeah.
But, yeah, the beers out there are very nice. Belgian beers. Yeah, just like actually being out of the country as well. Really fun, and meeting loads of Lewes fans as well. It's a really great experience. I'm very happy that the club organised it, and we've got Oslo end of March. So I'm not sure I'll be able to spend the same amount of time as I did in Belgium out there. I ended up spending about 4 days in Belgium, so very expensive.
Yeah, it's...
and I think, just with annual leave days of work, I won't be able to get away with it. But
how's the cup work though? I mean, in terms of, is it like a league based, like the you finish top of your league or whatever, and you go up?
It's like
to
group
the final?
stages.
Yeah.
So we're in a group with FC Oslo and KSK Beveren at the moment, and then whoever finishes top, I believe, progresses to the knockout rounds, which is just a semi-final and a final, I believe, which I think are held in Italy. I'm not actually 100%, but I think in previous years they've been held in Italy at the San Siro.
Wow. Okay.
So yeah, we'll be hopefully jetting off there. We've got 6 points from our first 2. We've got another 2 to play. So we're definitely looking at going there in the summer. I think it's actually might be in May. So yeah, caught the European fever. I think all those fans that went.
Well, your league form will tail off, so that's your only hope, isn't it?
Exactly. But yeah, it's been an unreal experience, and there's a lot more to come. So yeah.
No, it sounds a lot of fun. That does.
We're down to Lewes on the end at the end of January, aren't we? And then we've got you guys. So we've got Lewes on the 27th, and then we've
that's right.
Hastings on the 30th.
Oh, that's a couple of good away days. That.
Oh yeah.
No.
Yeah. Chris was saying to me before the game, before this chat, really, that he considers it quite a successful Christmas period, a pair of draws.
You're going to get the old Cosmo small piece going again, aren't you? Well, I don't know. What else do I say to that, John? One thing I do want to mention, funnily enough, is that Hastings United are going to start doing matchday comms again. And it's something I'm going to be helping a gentleman by the name of Tom Dyson Laurie. It's his baby. It's not mine. It's something I'm going to assist him with. To begin with, that's going to be starting up in the next month or two. So that is an exciting little development for Hastings fans. And he's looking to get it done for home away cups, which is brilliant. The commitment there. I mean, we'd all love that if we've got fans who are willing to volunteer and do that. So on that mention, John, Stan and Terry, any of that sort of stuff that's happening at your club? I know Lewes do some. Is that consistent, or is that just for if you're members? Or I can't remember with the Lewes situation, Stan. I can't remember.
So I think sometimes the Lewes FC Supporters Club will do commentary. We have a matchday commentator, Ollie Ordis, who commentates every home game, and then I think midweek home games are live streamed. But yeah, I don't think there's a regular live commentary though. I think sometimes it is though, because sometimes I've been away and seen it on Twitter Space. Like, is it Twitter Spaces? Is what's called? Yeah. I mean, it's a massive commitment. What about you, John or Terry? Is anyone at your club kind of?
No, we used to have like Gate Radio a few years ago, and it used to like live broadcast, but not with film, obviously, because this was before.
Oh yeah, this is only
came up.
This is only audio stuff we're going to be doing.
Yeah, this used to be audio, but when Laslet came in, he stopped all that. So since 2014, we haven't had anything like that.
Okay, and what about you, John?
It's nice to get that sort of thing back again.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I know there's the argument that you're going to lose fans, but they're not much of fans if they can't be bothered to go to an home game. Do you know what I mean? It's, I think this actually will bring more fans in. You're getting to talk more about the game, and the people that miss it will then hear it on the radio and think, fuck.
Well, I used to have a thing where when the boys were small, I couldn't always make like the Tuesday night games and that. So I used to listen to the Gate Radio when they were babies.
I bet they heard you from your house though.
Yeah, okay.
No, it's good, isn't it? It's good. What about you, John?
It's something that we've definitely discussed with our media side of things. I mean, I know we've got a young boy at the moment who's he's a bit of a whiz kid with everything he does at the moment. Yeah. He's got quite a lot of technology to do all the interviews and things like that at the moment. I mean, we've only really got Wi-Fi in the press box at the start of last season, so it's something.
Small steps, small steps,
small steps, exactly. Yeah, but no, I mean, I think if we could get the sort of the regular volunteer in there to do it, it'd be something that we're definitely looking at doing, because I know particularly when we're away from home, if clubs have that set up, which quite a few do now, we'll always get people trying to sort of tune in and keeping their eye for the result. But, I suppose find a fine balance really with someone who can do the commentary right, because 100%. I think I remember we had, when we was away with Billericay, people were saying, despite there being a little bit of a rivalry, their commentary is quite fair and balanced, but then people were listening to the Bognor one at the weekend and people were saying they were very biased. So I don't know. Yeah. It's finding that line, and obviously, finding the volunteer to do it, but probably something that would be a season project, if anything now.
Yeah. Anyway, look, it's lovely having you all on. Good luck Saturday to all of you. Terry, Stan, John, and the other John. See you at the game. Yeah, take care. Thanks, guys.
Okay.
Yeah, cheers. Yeah.
Thanks a lot.